When you're ranked in the top 5, your very existence is a cauldron of pressure. And that is ratcheted up when you go on the road. And this highly ranked squad has found itself coming into a snake pit in this one. Welcome to Rentschler Field in East Hartford, home to the Yukon Huskies. As we'll see a team looking to make it back to the CFP this year, the Notre Dame Fighting Irish, taking on a team that ranks in the top 5 in this conference, the Yukon Huskies. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, here with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get this thing rolling. Yukon will deliver the opening kickoff, and we'll get this game going. He'll start the return inside his 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. So Notre Dame's offense will go on the attack first. And what a performance, an aerial show from this guy in the last game, and he has to have a ton of confidence coming into this one, David.
Yeah, it was a great week. And watching that tape before this game, like you could tell, man, he was seeing it quick. The ball was coming out, just touchdowns at will. A really nice day. And I think, Jesse, you take that and you start to build on it for this offense and really continue to trust him to make plays through the air.
Yeah, that's a good point. I think he really earned his offensive coordinator's trust after that performance. So I'm anticipating the playbook to expand a little bit in this game. Maybe see some new schemes in the pass game just based on what this guy was able to do the last time he took the field.
Quarterback adjusting the pattern. Scanning the field, it's Carr. Makes the catch, it's Cooper. Oh, he's got some space. And the explosiveness. Big gainer gets it to the 49-yard line.
Nice catch there. You know, I think back to great Golden Domer wide receivers and Tim Brown, who won a Heisman, Rocket Ismail, obviously. How about Jeff Samardzija? There's a name you don't hear very much anymore, but he was awesome for Brady Quinn back in the day. And all those guys had the ability to win one-on-one. Their quarterbacks knew that if they had that matchup outside, they were going to take it. And I think this quarterback feels the same way about that guy. He is just so dynamic outside.
Tight end now in motion. Out of the gun to give to the back. Past the first down marker and still running. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. Notre Dame ready to go with another first down. They're in the red zone and they'll pass it. And the Heat will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17.
All right, offense, it's got to be better. You've done a nice job getting the football to this point in the red zone, but now you can't go backwards. You've got to be able to get rid of the football if it's not there, and that was a terrible play, giving up the sack.
Grabbed over the middle. It's Snow. And he cruises his way to the house. Touchdown, Irish! You want to talk about a great way to start the game and set the tone early.
It's so nice to have a quarterback just get himself into the game, get himself established. You make a couple throws, you lead your offense down the field, you score right off the bat. Could not have been a better start for that QB.
On the run from inside his own 5. The coverage team maintains his discipline, not much doing on that return. So UConn's offense will try to get something going with their first possession. As we take a quick look at the impact players for today's game, what players did you guys look to for motivation to make an impact during your playing days, Jesse?
Well, it was the guys we relied on each and every week. We came into the season expecting these types of guys to be our biggest weapons, and every week those were the guys that had to deliver for us in order to have success.
And it's just fun to have those guys that are consistent. Like, they lead by example, then they start to learn their voice and lead the team. But every week, guys that you can count on, they punch the clock and they're hard workers.
They shut it down quickly, but he gets 2 out to the 18. Guys, for just a second, let's talk about UConn. For programs at this level, they are regularly fighting off the big school for diamonds in the rough, but it looks as if they won this battle with a commitment from a 3-star receiver, Jesse.
He just thought he had better opportunities on and off the field here at this program, and he's going to get a lot of chances to make plays early. With his talent, expect him to start right away, and if I'm the offensive coordinator, I'm going to be trying to find ways to get this 3-star.
Turning it on! Solid work and execution there. They'll have a first down as they mark it at the 40.
Well, I think on that play you saw why this guy's such a big weapon in this offense. At receiver, he does such a nice job with his routes. He's patient, and he's consistent, and he's got good hands. You don't see him put a lot of balls on the ground. Nice job there picking up the first down.
Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
Well, just nothing doing on that last run, and they knew coming into this one they were going to be challenged, right? This is one of the best defenses in all of college football. For them to have any shot, they're going to have to do a lot better running the football.
Looking downfield, it's Calandria. Pressure is on the way, and the pressure has arrived, and down he goes at the 30.
Well, that's a great job getting the sack on the blitz there. And one thing Notre Dame has always seemed to pride themselves on defensively is hard-nosed, tough football, especially in the front seven. And linebackers that can play downhill and not just make plays in the running game, but get in the backfield and blitz the quarterback. And you saw all of that from him right there.
That pass is well off target. He got hit as he was trying to throw, and they can't convert on 3rd down. Feels to punt and try to pick up some yards. That's a perfect example of not settling for a fair catch. Pick up whatever yardage you can and help out the offense. Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. Off the play fake on 1st down, wants to throw. Catch in the middle, it's Cooper. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks. With a 1st down, they'll snap it from the 32. Makes the grab, it's Brown. Nice gain on that play, but leaves it a little short of the 1st down.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver. You're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got...
Breaks into the open. Headed to the end zone. He rumbles all the way down to the 2-yard line. He gave a little bit of everything on that one. Keeping it on the ground on 1st and goal. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
And wow, the defense was in there quick, fast, and in a hurry and shut that run game down. Like, they were ready for that 2nd down now. A little more space for the offense, backed up, a little more room to operate and try to maybe find some windows to throw a football.
And this guy has been a dominant force early in this game. We're still in the 1st half. He already has a sack. He gets a tackle for loss.
Intercepted, and that total goes to 16. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but on the great return to improve this field position.
Well, the defense does an awesome job here with their backs against the wall in their own red zone, coming away with an INT early. That could be a big game-changing type play in this game.
Leaves it with the back. Finds a little space. There he goes! They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the 1st down. And the Huskies, after ripping off that huge run, let's see if they can do it again. Dropping back, it's Calandria. He's going for a big play downfield. Finds a spot down the gut of the knee. Touchdown, Husky. And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. If this quarterback gets through his progression, David, gets you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy, the connection between quarterback, wide receiver. You can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
They'd love to put a long drive together here as they start from their own 21. Nice move there. Makes the stop at the 32, but he picks up 10 on that play. They have set the tone in this one already inside a minute to play in a wild first quarter. They'll send the back in motion. Wants to throw on first down. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And these coaches have these play sheets over there on the sidelines, and there's so many calls they want to call, and they want to make explosive plays, but you got to protect your QB, and he's already been sacked. Now he's hit again. Like, they've got to protect him.
He's got it down the left. There he goes. And he eluded the defense, and he'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Fighting Irish.
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They are going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
And he takes this from inside the 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. They'll get this drive going from the 17. Looking to throw, it's Calandria. Working that wide receiver screen. Really needed a play like that to get out of their own end. They move the chains, they mark it at the 29. First down here for the offense. Use the play fake, now to throw. And they can't make the connection, going for a big play on first down. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Linebackers trying to create some confusion. The give to the back. And he is just engulfed at the line by this giant defensive tackle. While we're only through one, these quarterbacks have been lighting up their stat line. They've switched into the field, and we're ready to get things started here in the second. So they go back to work after the break, and it is third down. From the gun, wants to pass. That's caught. It's Porter. He steps out right at the 40-yard line, and now they are in business moving toward midfield.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on third down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting through his progression.
The Huskies are on the move. Motion from the wide receiver. Defense showing blitz, trying to rattle this quarterback. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. And the Huskies trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Back to pass, it's Calandria. It's complete on the right side. Strong, firm tackle.
Nice job by the quarterback, pre-snap and post-snap. He knew the defense was going to be playing zone coverage, and there was no doubt in his mind where he was going with that football.
They tried to go smash mouth on third and short, and it did not work against this defense. Kick is in the air. Pretty solid coverage there, and they'll stop him at the 26. Here come the Irish back on offense. They stuck the last drive in the end zone. They'll try to follow suit here. Quickly complete. And a 9-yard gain on first down leaves them with second and short. Looking to fire. Caught close to the marker. It's Brown. At the 40, there he goes. Steered out of bounds at about the 36-yard line. A big pickup, and they are threatening. It's first down from the 37-yard line. Looking downfield on first down. They'll throw it to the back on the screen. No, sirree. Not this time. The defense was there and ready for that one. Notre Dame has made this second down play much more difficult after going backwards. Wants to go up top. Punts it out of the air. Just making a play, getting it to the 23-yard line. It'll be first down.
Man, this quarterback is having a first half. He's over 200 yards already, heating up, setting up. Dude, this dude might break his career high in passing. I don't know what it is. Somebody get stats for him.
And he's able to shed one tackle and pick up pretty good yardage. Guys, let's take a step back and talk about Notre Dame. Really interesting matchup here. It's always fun when the top two teams in the conference get to square off in the regular season. With all the expansion, it's become a little bit of a rarity, hasn't it?
It has. Obviously, there's so many teams in each conference, but head-to-head still very much matters. So if you're sitting, obviously, at the top like these teams are, the head-to-head this day will really matter down the road.
Yeah, this was a game we circled way back in the preseason, expecting these two teams to be as good as they are, and now we get to find out who's the best in conference. Both these teams relishing this opportunity.
Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Notre Dame!
The best running backs are the guys that can just sniff out the end zone. That running back showed you all of his freakish ability on that play.
And the extra point puts them on top 21-7. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The UConn offense goes back to work. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game. So, Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
That's caught. It's Johnson. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down. They've made third down offense a key. It'll be tested on 3rd and long from the 28. Off play action. He puts a lot of air under it down the sideline. It's picked off, and that's number 10. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover.
It's so easy to be up here in the booth and say, you should have put more zip on that. Sometimes you got to use the lob wedge. That time, you probably should have used the drive.
Wide open downfield. Oh, he's got some space. Slippery slide. Find his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. They want to finish the season strong, and man, are they doing that here this Week 11 performance.
This offense is so good. Man, they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. UConn going back to work on offense. They're down by 21 points, but you get a touchdown here, and you do at least apply a little game pressure, Jesse.
It's true. I think for them to get back in this one at this point now, they need the quarterback to play his best football. He's going to have to be good really pre-snap, David, making sure they're in the right looks, and he's got to be really good with his decision-making.
He's got to be dialed in because defensively you're giving up points. So it's not like you have the luxury of the defense playing great. The offense is going to have to score and score pretty dang quickly.
All right, nothing flashy there. He just did what it took to get the first down.
It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. Let's go. The give on the option. Fights off the defender.
And a nice second effort by the back to break a tackle. But how about those defensive backs willing to come up, stick their face in the fan, and make a tackle?
Those are the best run defenses too, right? It's not just D linemen and linebackers getting all the plays, but it's DBs that are willing to not just cover, but tackle backs in the open field.
And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain.
You know, I know it seems like an easy pitch and catch, but for the tight end there, that route potentially changes if it's man coverage. So good job by him knowing it's zone. I'm just going to sit down. This is basically like a check down, right? Let's just take the easy pitch and catch and keep this drive going.
They'll ride the running back and leave it with it. He's going to lose a yard on that one. Timeout called by the defense. It's their first of the half as they'll make some adjustments. UConn will have to punt it away. He'll try to really get into this one. Fields to punt and tries to help improve that field position. They'll get down and put a stop to this return. They'll mark it at the 32. Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. They've been outstanding here in this first half. Might as well try for the knockout punch, David.
Yeah, confidence has to be at an all-time high. Great first half. I'm going to get more, Palmer. I'm not scared with the lead when I got the football in.
Yeah, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. You can see the quarterback's body language. He wants to go. He wants to go tempo. He wants to take shots. They're trying to light this scoreboard up.
Got his man downfield. They'll ride him out of bounds after the good pickup spotted at the 25-yard line.
It feels like everything this play caller has called has worked so far in this first half for the offense. They've generated a really nice lead, lighting up the scoreboard, and they're staying aggressive. They're throwing the football. They're dictating everything right now to the defense.
He'll get that one all the way down to the 4-yard line before he stopped. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. They'll move the wide receiver. Trying to bowl his way in. Touchdown, Fighting Irish. And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. With that latest touchdown pass, might be a good time to mention Brady Quinn threw 6 touchdown passes against BYU. That record might be in jeopardy.
And that's a good day. If you're starting to talk about that already, you know he's spinning it. He's in the zone. He's feeling it, reading the defense, everything coming out on target. He is having himself a day.
They take over late in the half, enough time to put together a drive. Out of the gun, they'll run it inside. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. UConn quick to the line. Looking to throw, it's Calandria. Finds his man, it's Porter. And he gets it to the 45-yard line, and that'll be a first down. The offense wastes no time getting the timeout call. The offense getting set for a first down from the 45. Wants to go up top on first down. Got a man. It's Flowers. Couldn't ask for much more there. A first down, and they're down to the 42. The Huskies come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Looking to throw on first down. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. Up-tempo for the offense. Back to throw, time running short in the half. He's going to take off across the 25. And he scoots his way to the first down and then slides to avoid the hit. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Looking to throw on first down. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down.
Well, this offense has gone his way early and often in this game. They've gotten into a nice rhythm. That time, though, the defense was expecting to throw going his way. They
fires deep toward the end zone. And it's caught. Touchdown, UConn.
And they didn't start this first half the way you wanted to. But at least they're ending on a positive note. At least they're saying, guys, we put a drive together. We scored. We need some plays to go our way. But the offense has got some positive momentum, and that is a great thing going into the half.
Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. This late in the half, here's the question. How aggressive will the play calling be? Sings it complete to the right. Quick timeout from the offense to save precious seconds. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. To throw, it's Carr. Quickly to the tight end. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. One more play before the teams head to the locker rooms. Quarterback making checks. On 3rd and short, they'll try to convert through the air. Gets it to the 46-yard line. First down for this offense.
And that's good enough for a first down.
That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Guys, a first half that saw a little bit of everything there in East Hartford. And this has just been a passing clinic, really, by both offenses. They've effectively stretched these defenses, forcing the secondaries to cover every blade of grass, and they've still racked up big plays. Man or zone, pick your poison, or lay some blame at the feet of those pass rushers who can't do anything against the maulers on that offensive line. And with that, let's send it back to the guys at Rentschler Field.
All right, Kevin, about ready to get things cranked back up here. Ready to go here in the second half, and Notre Dame will kick it away. Let's see if he can make a play on the return. And the return man reaches the end of the line, and down he goes. The UConn offense goes back to work. When you're facing a deficit like this one to start the second half, you really can't afford to waste a single possession.
Fresh start here in the second half. That's the only way you can look at this if you're...
Turning it on! All the way out to the 43-yard line before he's pushed out of bounds, and this offense is on the move.
Well, how about the offense setting that play up? We've seen earlier in the game a couple shorter throws. They're just trying to suck those safeties closer to the line of scrimmage, anticipating that they would get an opportunity to take a shot. They called the perfect play at the perfect time right there.
Stopped at the 47-yard line, a 10-yard gain, and they'll move the markers. From the 47-yard line on 1st and 10. On the run, it's Flowers. Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe, 2nd and 7. Tried to pound it on 1st down, now back to the line. The give on the inside. And he never had a chance, just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
And it's a great play by the defensive end. The most athletic players on the field play defensive end. Yes, you heard me, Jess, Reese, exactly what I said. Great get off, great job getting in the backfield, making the play.
Just too much of a rush, and down goes the quarterback just behind the midfield stripe at the 49.
Man, this defense is feasting. You can tell. They know they got the lead, and they know they have to pass. So they're pinning their ears back. They're bringing pressure. This offense, they have to do a better job, man. You got to protect your QB. Give him some time if you want to get back in this ball game.
Here come the Irish back on offense. On the option. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7.
Nice job by this defense playing assignment football. Somebody has to have the quarterback. Somebody has to have the pitch. And most importantly, when you get there, you got to get him on the ground. Nice job tackling by this defense.
He'll try the left side. Stop behind the line. He'll lose a yard.
Yeah, and listen, the offense has had their way, and they've had so much success and so much production. But listen, at least the defense got a rep. You know, maybe this gets you a spark. Maybe this gets you some energy. Maybe we'll see a little bit more life from this defense.
Yeah, they may not win the game, but I think this defensive coaching staff at this point, based on how this game has gone, they're just trying to find things to build off of. Maybe that's something they can point to as they get ready for their next opponent, of things they did right and things that they got to do more consistently moving forward.
A costly penalty for this defense gives them a 1st and 10. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. And a nice run there before the defense finally makes the stop.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the 3rd quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
Give to the running back. And that'll be enough to give Notre Dame a 1st down.
You got to have short area quickness. That running back there doing what it takes to make sure he got that 1st down.
Wants to throw on 1st down off the play fake. Outside the pocket, lets it go. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on 1st down. 2nd down coming. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. Trying play action. This time it's complete. And he ran away from the defense to take it in. Touchdown, Notre Dame!
You know, long touchdown passes don't have to come in the shape of go routes and posts. You can throw a slant. If your guy is able to make one dude miss and build up some steam, when you've got speed like that, you can take it to the house, and that's exactly what he did.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. And the returner will be knocked down. UConn going back to work on offense. First play of this drive comes from the 14-yard line. That last drive fizzled out, Jesse. They had to punt it.
Yeah, they did. And, David, they're just going to have to do a better job this time around erasing the mental mistakes.
And just trying to solve the defensive riddle, understanding what they're trying to do to you and attack them.
I know the offense is down by a lot here in the 2nd half. You just need one big play, though, to spark the offense, get the confidence going, and they may have found it right there in that completion. Good throw, good catch. Now we got to keep it going.
He'll go out of bounds at the 38-yard line as this offense patiently tries to work the ball out of its own end. And the Huskies in a good spot here with 2nd and short. From the gun, they'll give it on the inside. Oh, that move is going to leave them dizzy.
They needed only 1 yard. Good job by the offensive line, getting just enough push to keep this drive alive.
Looking to throw, it's Calandria. Finds his man down the middle.
And that is exactly where the football was supposed to go. Offensive coordinators call drag routes, anticipating man coverage. Even though the ball's only traveling 2, 3, 4 yards down the field, if the receiver's able to get a rub and create some separation, the quarterback hits him in stride, that little completion, that can turn into a 20, 30-yard gain.
UConn comes to the line after getting another 1st down. From the gun, give on the inside. Breaks it. Oh, my goodness, he's still moving. Crosses the 35, out of bounds there. Nice pickup on the play, spotted at the 32.
Well, you saw that broken tackle, David. This defense has to do a real good job with gang tackling to stop this guy.
You cannot assume one guy's going to get him to the ground. Everybody's got to swarm to the football, all eyes on him, and play physical.
And how good is it for a quarterback to have a running back he not only can just dump it off to, but can actually be dangerous as a receiver?
Agreed, Reese. It's not just checkdowns or screens or swing routes or flat routes. This guy can get vertical. and he can all of a sudden start stressing defenses in the second level. What a weapon it is to have this guy in your backfield.
Might as well give it to him again. He'll be down at the 4-yard line after that terrific run. UConn comes to the line with a 1st and goal. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. The snap sets up to throw. And the quarterback caught up to and sacked at the 12.
Also 8 yards on the play. Got it. It's now 2nd and goal.
Guys, we've come to the end of the quarter, and Notre Dame has the lead. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. So will the beatdown continue, or is this a comeback for the ages in store? We'll see as we start the 4th. Starting off this quarter close enough to smell the goal line. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. Steps away to find some room. On the run, and he'll slide to avoid the hit. A nifty pickup there. Finding it tough to make positive yardage. Now 3rd and goal from the 2. Slams it ahead. He fought him off for a while, but that's what they mean by gang tackling. A field goal really doesn't do much for you in this situation, so they'll go for it on 4th and goal. From the gun. Pocket breaking down. And the sack all the way back at the 5.
And that's the world we live in. You want to be aggressive. You want to get touchdowns. You don't want to kick field goals. Analytics says this. Well, now you get no points. And the defense bows up in a big part of the field, gets the big sack on 4th down and goal.
They needed that extra space as he bangs his way to the 14.
Offenses ice football games in the 4th quarter by running the football, and that's what these guys are trying to do right now, right? We're going to bleed the clock. We're going to stay on the field. It doesn't matter if the defense knows we're running it. They cannot stop us, and they're looking pretty impressive right now doing it.
Notre Dame comes to the line trying to convert on 3rd and short. Just a short pass to the tight end. Steps out of bounds across the 25. They'll mark it at the 26, and a good pickup for this offense here. They'll snap it from the 26 on 1st down. Looking for a crease to the left. Forges ahead. Picks up about 3 to the 29.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. 4th quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware, but you've got this game in hand so long as you don't turn it over.
They showed great trust in their quarterback right there, and why not? He's had an outstanding game.
An outstanding game, has taken care of the football. Now late in the game, you got the lead. That 1st down now tells me now it's time to start running the football, run the clock, get out of here with the dub.
Well, they're trying to run the football there, just nowhere to go. They got dominated up front at the point of attack.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Back to throw, it's Carr. And the pass is incomplete, jarred loose by the hit.
Well, the offense has had their way all game long up to this point. Finally, the defense is able to make a play. And I'll tell you, after that hit, that receiver, he's going to be thinking twice about running that route again.
That'll be enough for the 1st down as they stop him at the 43-yard line. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and the clock is definitely on their side. They'll just try to run it out here. Notre Dame coming to the line with another 1st down. To the air on 1st down. Starting to feel a little pressure. Rolling right and going deep. Another interception. That's number 17 on the year.
Reese, I know you're a little bit of a front runner, so you probably would quit. You actually probably sell yourself out and take yourself out of the game. But I like that they're continuing to fight. Keep fighting. You never know what's going to happen. Actually, you know what? I know you're not going to win, but it doesn't matter. Keep fighting to the very end.
Well, I think the offense at this point now, they're just trying to limit the damage. They want to get out of here and move on. Turn the page to the next game because things just have not been going their way, throwing or running the football.
And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. On the move, it's McCoy. They thought they could just run it on 3rd and short, but this defense was there to make the stop. UConn will have to punt it away. They'll look to pin them deep. Not able to pop the big return, but they've got the ball back and ready to go with a fresh possession. Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. They're in command of this game. Now let's see if they try to rub a little salt in the wound or happy with getting the W.
Yeah, and listen, this makes the postgame.
Snags it inside the 20. Perhaps a touchdown-saving tackle at the 17. That big play has them in business. 1st and 10 inside the 20. They'll throw it from the red zone. Moving away from pressure. Got away from trouble and got rid of it. Boy, did that one have revolutions on it, but it's incomplete.
And how about this offense? They're not worried about the clock. They're not worried about the score. They're not worried about early and down. Still trying to execute their offense. Still trying to make big plays. And they've had a great day so far.
Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. Looking for the score. Can't make the grab as he was going for 6 right there.
And that's a good stop for this defense. And listen, there hasn't been a lot of positive today, but let's finish this game strong. I think that'll be the message from the defensive coordinator. Can we get a stop? Can we get them off the field? I know lots went wrong, but let's live in this moment and try to be great right here to end the game.
He's got enough for the 1st down, and that ought to do it. They ought to be able to run out the clock from here. They'll send the tight end in motion. They'll keep it on the ground for 1st and goal. Offense uses a timeout. 17 seconds left on the clock.
And just a great job by the defense being stout, right? That's your job. Be stout up front, stuff in the run play, make them get in more passing situations, but do not let them run the football. That's 101. Stop the run first.
Back to throw. It's Carr. To the end zone, and it's picked off. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
Never say die attitude, and I love that, especially in these young players, because they're out there competing. And I know the scoreboard right now doesn't look pretty. They're not going to come back and win this football game, but I just love kids that are competing until there's zeros on the clock.
There he goes. Just shedding tackles. They finally get to him, but what a play there to pick up the 1st down. They get the timeout, and the clock reads 3 seconds. One more play to pad the stats. These DBs going to give a little cushion. Wants to throw on 1st down. Here's a throw downfield late. Played till the final whistle. It falls incomplete, and that's the ball game. When you know you have a team outclassed, the ability to play to that standard and finish with